How Kim Jong Un travels. Traveling might be difficult for some of us, but when you're the supreme leader of the hermit nation of North Korea, you get to do it in luxury and grandeur. Don't believe me? Well, join me as I walk you through the President Kim Jong Un's opulent global tours. Kim Jong Un, the leader of North Korea, has only left his country publicly 9 times. He visited China 4 times, South Korea twice, and Russia, Singapore, and Vietnam once each. He prefers using his private high-security train for most of these trips, a tradition followed by the past North Korean leaders. This tradition started with Kim Il-sung during the Korean War when he used a train as his headquarters. After the war, Kim Il-sung continued using trains, and Kim Jong Un has carried on the practice. He even built secure palaces accessible only by private railway lines, including underground ones. Rumors suggest that this preference for trains was triggered by a 1982 incident. Kim Jong-il and Kim Il-sung were at an airstrip inspecting a new jet when it suddenly exploded. This incident may have contributed to their preference for train travel, which Kim Jong-un continues today. Kim Jong-il's fear of air travel intensified after a helicopter trip with a near-death experience, leading him to exclusively choose trains for transportation. Ironically, he eventually passed away on a train in 2011. Kim Il-sung's extensive train journey in 1984 covered socialist countries in Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union. Travel was crucial for North Korean leaders to build relationships and receive protection during the Cold War, especially when America was at war in Vietnam. Kim Jong-un continued the tradition with a 60-hour train trip to Vietnam, emphasizing the importance of travel for North Korea's leaders. The supreme leader's fear of air travel and their preference for trains have deep roots in the country's history. Kim Jong-un travels in a super luxurious train, seen as a god by his people. His train is like a fancy movie set with silk sheets, comfy cushions, a waterbed, and even a bearskin rug. Despite security keeping things secret, defectors spill the beans on wine from Burgundy, Parisian cheese, Iranian caviar, and a $40,000 Japanese tuna. The train's interior costs over $2 million and weighs in at a whopping 200,000 kilograms. Kim brings 2 support trains with extra staff for security, cleaning, and cooking. Despite tough times for his people, Kim's travel style is all about luxury, showing off his high status. Kim Jong-un takes security seriously during his train travels. The initial security train ensures safe tracks and stations with a team ready to repel threats. His carriage follows, and a 3rd support train carries more bodyguards and supplies. Security is a top priority due to Kim's fear of assassination. Kim Jong-un's childhood saw him leaving North Korea to study in Switzerland. Despite the expectation of train travel, he opted for air travel due to his young age and the need for a secret identity. While the Kims aren't known for flying, Kim Jong-un took a public flight to Singapore for a summit with Donald Trump on denuclearization. His only public flight occurred because of a snag in Malaysia, where his half-brother was assassinated. Diplomatic tensions prevented him from guaranteeing safety in Malaysia. His half-brother, once the heir apparent, fell out with their father over a fake passport and trip to Disney World, Japan. Flying was the only viable option, and they made the journey to Singapore. Kim Jong-un's flights lack the same luxuries as his train trips. Although the jet's interior cost over $1 million with lavish features like bearskin rugs, detailed seats, and high-tech amenities, the planes are outdated Soviet models past their due date. While likely updated with new engines, they fall short of modern standards. Despite North Korea's sanctions limiting luxury purchases, Kim Jong-un ensures he gets what he desires. Although not comparable to Air Force One, his planes come closest to it, considering the country's restrictions on luxury goods. For Kim's Singapore trip, he needed 4 planes due to North Korea's outdated fleet, borrowing 2 from China. An Air China A330 flew ahead with his security team, followed by a cargo plane carrying his $1 million Mercedes Maybach limousine. Kim then took a specially designed Air China 747. This marked the first time a North Korean leader flew publicly, potentially setting a precedent for future trips, even to the United States. While a nuclear-powered rocket may be a desire, borrowing jet seems more plausible. North Korea faces an embargo on luxury goods, leading to old and outdated aircraft. Kim has broken this rule for luxury cars and yachts, indicating his willingness to bend restrictions. Yet overcoming his fear of flight becomes a gradual process. Despite his ventures on land and air, sea travel seems improbable for Kim. While supervisory visits involve boats and submarines with the Navy, international sea travel is yet to be documented for the North Korean leader. In 2013, a $7 million white yacht was spotted during Kim's visit to a military-run fishing station, sparking speculation about its owner. No public use of the yacht by Kim or his family is documented, and the secrecy surrounding its ownership persists. Additionally, an unusual event occurred when Kim was seen enjoying an exclusive island while under the influence, defying his usual stern image. Kim Jong Un, while a student at the International School of Bern, developed an unlikely friendship with basketball player Dennis Rodman. Their bromance led to Rodman visiting Pyongyang, where he was treated to extravagant parties and a week-long stay on one of Kim's private islands. Described as heaven on earth, the island featured a never-ending bar and various luxuries, including jet skis and women from around the world. Accessing the secret island involved a boat resembling a mix between a ferry and Disneyland. Rodman estimated the ship's length at nearly 200 feet, filled with everything imaginable. The former NBA star couldn't reveal many details, likely due to a non-disclosure agreement, but emphasized the legendary nature of their adventures. After partying on the island, they didn't return via Kim's party boat, but took a Princess International yacht worth around $7 million. Kim's opulent lifestyle, including a football field-sized party boat and luxurious yacht, raises eyebrows given North Korea's economic challenges. So everyone seeing this video has realized that Kim Jong Un does not live and travel in the same way that we do, and even when he does, he always goes big. However, there is one means of transportation that everyone uses: a vehicle. However, in classic Kim Jong Un manner, he is out here dazzling everyone as if there is no tomorrow. If the supreme leader does not even leave, well, his excrement in the countries he visits, because yes, he travels with a private restroom because it is believed that his bodily waste can be used to obtain information about his health, it is understandable that he will not use any rented vehicles, regardless of who owns them. When Kim travels internationally, he is chauffeured in his extremely luxury personal limousine, a Mercedes-Benz Maybach S6000. The armored automobile is worth an estimated $1.6 million and is arguably North Korea's most luxury vehicle. According to reports, the car features a special built-in bathroom for Leader Kim to use while in transportation, aside from a special mobile toilet linked to a car that he always travels with. He also has a personal security detail of roughly 12 men who always accompany him to prevent disruptions, watch his surroundings, and replace tracking drones. One image that went viral on the internet was of a black Mercedes transporting the North Korean leader across the border for an inter-Korean meeting. His dozen bodyguards dressed in suits could be seen racing beside and behind the automobile. Kim has also been photographed riding normal buses in North Korea with his wife and other average civilians. Kim has an unusual fondness for Western automobiles. Not only does he possess the Maybach S6000, but he also has a Mercedes-AMG G63, which is reported to be worth more than $150,000, as well as a 1970 Lincoln limousine owned by his father and valued at over $30,000. He also owns a Lexus LX570 for over $80,000 and a Rolls-Royce Phantom worth more than $500,000. These are maybe the only luxury automobiles in all of North Korea. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and click the video cards on your screen to continue viewing videos like this.